Oh, dearie me, Chloe. Whatever are we going to do with you? I see you missed another one of our mother's meetings. I thought I made it clear you were definitely to show up this time. Why do you seem totally incapable of listening to a word I say?
I'm sorry, Karen, but like I mentioned before, I'm not going to have many chances to attend your mom's meetings from now on.
Excuse me?
Don't get me wrong. I'm really grateful for the invites, but I just started working full-time at a new company. I'm pretty sure I told you all this before, right? Your mom's meetings and tea parties are always held during the week, so there's just no way I'm going to be able to make them. I get that you want me to come, and I'm really appreciative of that. But at the end of the day, I have bills to pay. And if I skipped work to spend time with you guys, well, put it this way, I wouldn't have a job for very long. You do get where I'm coming from, right? It's not because I don't want to see you guys.
Get a load of this nonsense. Wait, you think you're special because you have a full-time job? Oh, I get it. You think you're better than me and the other moms, don't you?
No. Like, seriously, it's not like that at all.
Fine, I see how it is. So you're the type of woman who looks down her nose at stay-at-home housewives and temporary agency or part-time workers like me and the girls, are you?
Whoa. What the hell? How do you work that one out? No, it's not like that at all. You've got this all wrong. You know what? If that's what you think of me, then I'd rather we just terminated this relationship right here. That goes for the rest of the moms.
What did you just say? How dare you? You have no right to do that.
Our kids are all going to end up at different schools due to us all living in different school districts when they move up to elementary school. So we probably stop hanging out then anyway.
What kind of twisted backflip logic is that? To think I so kindly went out of my way to invite you. And this is how you repay me? With nothing but a bad attitude and disrespect? This is a slap in the face. Who the hell do you think you are?
In any case, I have a long business trip coming up. So it'd be literally impossible for me to make it to your get-togethers even if I wanted to. Would you mind leaving me alone from now on? Thanks, Karen. Goodbye.
Hello, Chloe. I heard your dad runs a high-end burger restaurant in the posh part of town. Well, I have a suggestion. Let's hold our next mother's meeting at your daddy's restaurant. How does that sound? With this, you can make up for not showing up to our past meetings in one fell swoop. Even if you are nothing but pathetic corporate livestock who spends her days slaving away in a cubicle while thinking she's better than everyone else. Me and the other moms can't turn down an offer of free burgers at one of the most luxurious burger joints in all of New York. A stroke of genius, if I do say so myself. As for the reservation at the restaurant, don't worry. I already booked us in. I knew that if I left it to you, you'd probably try to pull some pathetic stunt to get out of it. Oh, and by the way, it's tonight! I took the liberty of renting out the entire restaurant. So prepare for the luxury burger party of a lifetime. The reservation's at 6 p.m., so you better damn well show up this time. I invited a lot of people, so my reputation's on the line here. That's right, you're going to be there at 6 p.m. pronto, ready to entertain me and the other moms as the daughter of the restaurant owner. Naturally, you'll be paying for everything. Hello, Chloe. It's already way past 6 p.m., but you're nowhere to be seen. You can't seriously be telling me you're not coming to this one either. God damn it, Chloe! I went out of my way to make sure this party was held at a time you could definitely make. You can't use work as an excuse to get out of it this time. Not only that, but I even booked the party at your dad's restaurant, so you'd have no trouble finding the place. And you still have the nerve not to show up? Chloe, you've taken this friendship group for granted one too many times. I am livid. You won't get away with this. Is this what you wanted? Even if me and you did stop seeing each other due to living in different school districts, that doesn't mean you'd never see any of the kids from our mother's group again. Some of the girls' kids would still be in your children's classes. You do understand what I'm saying here, don't you? If you do, I suggest you get your ass to this restaurant pronto. But even if you don't, me and the girls fully intend to order every single burger on the menu. And all on your dime. You do know how much I love getting my lips around a thick, succulent piece of meat, right? That's a joke there. Alright, let the burger party commence. Chloe, where are you? Why are you still not here? Me and the other moms rented out your dad's high-end burger restaurant all to ourselves. And the 50 of us are currently in the midst of a party of a lifetime. We ordered so many burgers. I think your dad's meat reserves might run out soon. I don't know why the hell you're taking so long, but you need to hurry up and get here before there's nothing left. I mean, really, how rude. To think the host would stand up her guests like this. Your hospitality could seriously use some work. Another round of burgers just arrived. Now that gets my juices flowing. Chloe, you didn't end up coming at all in the end. I'm so disappointed in you. What's worse, you didn't even reply to a single one of my messages. Tell me, dear, who exactly do you think you are? And what do you think gives you the right to behave so despicably? Oh well, what do I care? This is your dad's restaurant. And just as we agreed at the start, I'm going to tell them you'll be the one footing the bill. Alright, I think I'll treat myself to the single most expensive burger on the menu, followed by 3 luxurious desserts to finish up.
Huh? What is this?
Chloe, there you are. I was just about to message you. Won't you be a darling and talk some sense into the blockhead staff at your dad's restaurant?
What are you talking about?
You know, silly. You're going to pay for mine and the girls' magnificent burger party today, just like we agreed. The bill came out to $6,800, but I told the staff it was your treat. Be a dear, and pass on the message to your dad so he can let them know, okay?
$6,800?
Well, there were 50 of us, not to mention all the hungry, crying children. It might sound like a lot, but it can't be helped given the circumstances.
50 people?
Yep, I pulled out all the stops for this one. I invited my old friends from high school and told them they could bring their families. Then there's all 12 of my ex-boyfriends, their parents, and of course the usual girls from our mother's meetings and their children.
I somehow feel like this is more than just a regular old mom's meeting.
Forget that. Why didn't you tell your dad about this beforehand, even though we discussed it all in advance? All this trouble could have been avoided if you had just done your job. It's one thing not to show up at the party, but another to completely ignore all of your responsibilities. Do you realize how awkward you've made things for me? The staff are getting all worked up about the bill now because of your negligence. I told them several times that the owner's daughter would be covering the bill, but they're insisting the owner only has a son.
Can you hold on a minute, please? I need to read through all the messages you sent.
Huh? What the? You mean you haven't been reading them at all?
You sent them all while I was on a long international flight. So there was no Wi-Fi, and my phone was turned off the whole time. When I turned it back on just now, it blew up with notifications.
Wait, what? You were on a plane?
Karen, I just got done reading through your messages.
Fantastic. Do you understand now? In that case, you need to hurry up and explain the situation to Daddy restaurant owner as soon as possible.
That high-end burger joint? Is it the one that's a few minutes walk away from the southern exit of Floppadoop Station?
Yes! Are you kidding me? It's your own father's restaurant, you silly girl. Surely you don't need me to confirm the address. Whatever. Just hurry up and let them know what's going on so we can leave and put this ridiculous situation behind us.
The owner of that burger joint isn't my dad. He's my ex-father-in-law.
Huh? Your ex-father-in-law?
Yes. The owner of that restaurant is my ex-husband's dad.
Huh? Wait, I don't even... Your ex-husband's dad?
Yep, we divorced half a year ago. Didn't I tell you? Part of the reason I stopped being able to come to the get-togethers as much was because I couldn't afford to get by as a stay-at-home housewife anymore, which is why I ended up finding full-time work. I'm pretty sure I did already tell you this.
Wait, what? Are you serious? You told me that? Whatever, none of this matters. Father, father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, it's all the same in the end. You just need to give him a call, tell him you'll cover the bill, and make this all go away. And you'll do that, won't you, darling?
What? Pay the bill yourself.
But you promised to cover everything for us.
You should already know this, but at no point in the chat logs that I just went over did I make anything resembling a promise to cover the bill. Not even close.
Well, this is all your fault for not checking your phone. If you had just read my messages, none of this would be happening.
It's impossible to receive messages from 30,000 feet in the air, Karen. What do you think I am, a magician? Besides, even when I landed, I was so busy with the preparations for my business trip that I only used my work phone, which means I only just got around to turning my own phone back on. No matter how you look at it, there's no way any conversation that transpired between us could be interpreted as me consenting to pay a $6,800 bill at my ex-father-in-law's restaurant.
No. Wait a second. There has to be some kind of arrangement we can come to here. Chloe, are you in a different country now?
Yep. I'm in Canberra, Australia. Why?
Liar!
In any case, the reason I divorced my husband is because my in-laws were bullying me. You're dreaming if you seriously think I'd reach out to my scumbag ex-father-in-law over something this absurd.
Then who's going to cover this $6,800 bill?
I don't know. Pay it yourself?
There's no way I can afford to do that.
Well, how about you split it between everyone who showed up then? By my calculations, if there were 50 of you, assuming there were 10 children, that should come to about $170 per person. I doubt they'll be happy about it, but it sure as hell beats paying for everything yourself.
I can't slap my friends in the face like that. I promised them all the whole thing would be free. Besides, everyone went home already.
Oh, I see. Oh well, not my problem.
What?
Now, if you excuse me, I want to get a good night's sleep before tomorrow's business meeting. I won't be replying to your messages anymore.
No, wait! We're not done here. What am I supposed to do now? Seriously, I'm screwed if you don't help me. God damn you, Chloe. Do you have any idea how much crap I had to go through over these last few days because of you? My friends who came to the party burst out laughing at me when I told them what happened. And now none of them are speaking to me. And it's all because of you. I mean, it's not like there's any lasting damage. Because my husband paid the bill after a few carefully chosen words and a flutter of eyelashes. But still, you caused me a major pain in the ass. Mark my words, woman. I will be sending you a charge for that $6,800. So you better prepare yourself. You either pay or there'll be hell to pay. Do I make myself clear?
Hey, Karen. I don't think this is the time to be making empty threats.
Empty threats? Oh, believe me, you tragically deluded moron. You will be paying me.
My dad says your husband's fired.
Huh? Your dad? What are you talking about? Do you mean your real dad this time?
Yeah.
Why would your real dad be involved now?
Your husband works for Viral Cheesecakes, right?
Wait, what? How do you know that?
Because I work there too. And because my dad's the CEO.
The CEO?
Now, bearing that in mind, I have a question for you. Do you know how your husband managed to get a hold of the $6,800 he paid for the bill at the burger restaurant a few days ago?
He told me he took it out of his savings from back when he was single.
I see. So he didn't tell you the rest then?
The rest? What's that supposed to mean?
I guess I have no choice but to tell you myself. Don't worry. I have my dad's permission to discuss everything I'm about to tell you. What do you think your husband planned on doing after paying the bill?
What do you mean?
He tried to claim that $6,800 on company expenses.
What?
I'm sure even you understand that a party at a burger restaurant isn't an appropriate use of company expenses. When one of the employees in the accounting department realized what your husband was trying to do and reported him to HR, It occurred to them this might not be the first time he's misappropriated company expenses. Upon being summoned to a disciplinary meeting to explain himself, he confessed to everything. Your husband has been falsely claiming on company expenses for the last 2 years for things that don't even exist.
What?
Apparently, he tried to pull the wool over their eyes by mixing in the receipt from the burger joint in with a bunch of receipts from the business trip he went on last week. But with the amount of money being so outrageously high, obviously someone picked up on it. There's no way that your husband could have ended up with that receipt by accident. So the only reasonable explanation here is that the two of you were willfully attempting to defraud the company.
Is that why you just said he's fired?
The official investigation is still underway, which means the official announcement still hasn't been made. But this is textbook misappropriation of funds. It's written as clear as day in the terms of employment on the contract he signed when he started working for us, that doing so would make him liable for instant dismissal. So it's safe to say he's pretty much guaranteed to get fired when the investigation's over.
Oh my god! Is this really happening? This is bad! This is bad! This is bad! This is bad! Oh, what am I supposed to do now? Ugh!
And why are you asking me?
Because this was all your fault to begin with.
Don't blame me, Karen. You're the only one responsible for this.
What?
I told you why I couldn't make it to the moms' meetings anymore. But you couldn't just take what I said at face value, could you? Your ego was so bruised. You went out of your way to try and get your own back on me by renting the most expensive burger joint in town, to throw a party for your friends, and forcing me to pay for it. I didn't make a single reply to your deranged slew of messages, but still, in spite of that, you somehow managed to convince yourself I promised to pay. Then, as an unforeseen circumstance of your shenanigans, your husband was found to be stealing from my dad's company. So go on, Karen, tell me, which part of the story includes me doing anything wrong?
Because you stopped coming to our friendly get-togethers.
How many times do I have to tell you? I already told you why I couldn't make it anymore.
Well, it was still your fault.
We're just going around in circles now. I'm done with this conversation.
No, wait, Chloe, please, you have to help me. I'm screwed.
Not my problem. I'm pretty busy myself, you know. Your husband revealed some glaring flaws in our security procedures. So me and the rest of the executives at Viral Cheesecakes have to strengthen our systems to make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
So what? What's your point?
My point is that I don't have any time to waste on the likes of you.
What?
Goodbye, Karen. After that, when we finished assembling the evidence dossier providing beyond doubt Karen's husband's misappropriation of funds, we sent him a bill for the entire sum he'd stolen. Luckily for him, he dodged prison when his parents jumped in to save his ass by covering the initial payment, before forcing him to work 14-hour per-day shifts at a friend's company in order to pay them back. Before long, he divorced Karen and cut all ties with her. As for their kids, they were temporarily taken in by some relatives, but I heard they'll both be getting put up for adoption soon. And that's the story of how Karen ended up all on her own. Rumor has it that her parents pulled a vanishing act in the middle of the night 10 years ago to escape the hell that was living in the same house as their argumentative bitch queen of a daughter. Which means that, in the absence of a family home to go to, Karen's still living in the same city. Somehow or other, despite having hardly any money to her name, she managed to find herself a rundown apartment in a part of town with all the hookers and crack dens. Hilariously, even her neighbors there don't trust her, and her existence as a social pariah continues. At least she has the cockroaches investing in her new apartment to keep her company. Occasionally, an old friend who lives nearby sends me reports of an emaciated, worn-out-looking Karen, aimlessly wandering around town with a bottle of whiskey, while sobbing uncontrollably.
Hey, Charlie. What in the world are these cardboard boxes? The moving company came on short notice and left them here.
Oh, they arrived already? That's my sister Ruby and her family stuff, so don't open it without permission.
What do you mean? Why would Ruby and her family's belongings arrive at our house?
That's because we're supposed to give that house to Ruby and her family soon. So, you'd better pack up your own stuff quickly. And make sure you get out of the house before Ruby and her family move in.
Huh? What the heck? Giving away the house? And you want me to pack up my stuff and leave? Why are you saying this all of a sudden? This is the new house I finally bought, remember?
Yes, but I've decided to give it to my sister and her husband. I told you Ruby got pregnant the other day, right? I heard that our city is offering great benefits to families raising children, so they want to live in our neighborhood.
Then why don't they just rent a house and move in on their own? Why would they want to live in our new house?
It seems that all the apartments and condos are fully occupied. A lot of young couples like them have moved in recently. There are no more rooms available in the location they want. So they tearfully begged me to let them stay at our place. How can I refuse as a brother when my little sister is in trouble?
Why would you say yes? I just bought a new house and you're just going to give it away? Are you out of your mind?
We don't have kids, so I thought it'd be okay. Besides, right after we bought the house, I was assigned to a workplace far from home, and I have to live alone. You'd be lonely living in this big house all by yourself, right?
No, I won't be lonely at all. I've been looking forward to living in this house for a long time. And then, all of a sudden, you tell me to move out and give the house to my sister-in-law and her husband? That's bullshit. Then where the hell am I supposed to live?
It's obvious, isn't it? You should come to my place of assignment.
What?
The company will pay for the apartment at my new post, so it's rent-free. And it's quite spacious, so there's no problem for a couple to live here. So let my sisters have the new place, and you come here soon.
I've already told you that I can't follow you to the new place, right? If I were to follow you to your new post, I'd have to resign from my current company. But I don't want to throw away the career I've built up over the years. That's why I took the plunge and bought a house.
What's with all the career you've built up? You make less money than I do, and you don't even hold a position. There are plenty of people who could take your place at the company anyway. But you're the only one who can be my wife. That means your priority should be me, your husband. Don't you understand that yet? Huh? The people at my new post feel sorry for me. They said, since you don't have kids, she should have come with you. They laughed at me saying, what a cold wife you must be. You made me miserable the first day I started working here.
It's not my fault. It's their fault. It's completely inappropriate for anyone to meddle in people's personal lives.
Shut up. Just get your ass over here ASAP. We've already decided on giving the house to my sister and her husband. Above all, there is no way you're going to let your husband live alone at his new post. I'm pissed off that you get to live in a big house all by yourself.
So that's your main reason after all. You don't like the fact that your wife bought a new house when you're moving out for your job.
My sisters can live in the city of their choice, and you can come stay with me at my new place. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Well then, you better pack your bags and get ready to come over here.
I'm sorry, Ruby. I just bought this new house and I can't give it away to you guys. I'm sorry, but if you want to live in this town, you'll have to manage on your own. Huh? What are you saying now? We've already sent our belongings to move in there, you know. I'm planning to head there with my husband by the end of the week. I just heard about it a few minutes ago. All of a sudden, Charlie's telling me to give up the house and move out. It's beyond my capacity. What? Just a few minutes ago? Asking to move into a new house your brother and his wife just bought is a little impudent. I sympathize with you that it's hard to find a room, but moving into your brother and his wife's house? I don't know how you came up with that idea. Huh? Why do we have to be called impudent? You're the one who asked us to move in. How can you suddenly act like a victim and refuse us to move in? What? My husband and I both refused at first. It was a new house after all, and we felt bad. But my brother and you insisted on it, didn't you? Since you're leaving for a sudden assignment, you guys asked us to move in and manage the house. You're going to accompany my brother, right, Jane? That's why we were in such a rush to get things ready. But now you're refusing? What is this? Wait a minute. I'm not accompanying him, and I didn't even ask you to move in the first place. Huh? Let me get this straight once and for all. Ruby, did Charlie ask you to move in? Yes, he did. He asked me to move into a new house you just bought. I would never ask such a thing. That's funny. I heard that you asked Charlie to let you move in. What? He said you wanted to move to this town, but you couldn't find a suitable room. So, without consulting me, Charlie gave his permission. And I just heard about it a few minutes ago. Is that true? I'm starting to understand what's going on. I'm sorry to contact you like this, but I'll go confirm this with Charlie.
Hey, Jane. Have you told your company that you're resigning? If you told them you were going to follow your husband's transfer, they would have accepted your resignation letter right away.
I have no intention of leaving the company, and I'm not going to follow you on your transfer either. So, I know you'll miss me, but you'll have to work hard on your own.
Huh? Don't tell me you're going to stay at that home. I'm sorry, but we've already decided to give the new house to my sister and her husband. So you stop being selfish and get over here. It's common sense for a wife to follow her husband on his job transfer.
You're the one being selfish. Ruby told me what you said. Who in the world told me that Ruby and her husband came begging for help? You're the one who asked them to manage the vacant house, telling them I'd be accompanying you.
Oh, no,
That was your plan all along, wasn't it? To force me to go there. That's why you used Ruby and her family, right?
Shut up. It's your fault for not following me obediently.
Huh? Why are you snapping back at me?
I asked you several times to follow me to my new workplace, but you said you enjoy your job and that your career is important. It's your fault for making me, your husband, feel lonely.
Don't be ridiculous. If you don't want to be transferred so badly, why don't you just say so to the company?
How can I do that? What if my career gets damaged by saying something selfish like that?
You don't care a bit about my career, but your career is so important. Do you have any idea how terrible you sound?
Shut up, you fucking wife. A wife is supposed to put her family and her husband before her job. I don't care how much you complain. I'm giving this house to my sister and her husband. If you're a wife, you'll put up with whatever the husband decides.
I just filed the divorce papers.
Huh?
I can't do it anymore. I've reached my limit. I can't believe you were so domineering and incapable of considering other people's feelings. Well then, now that the divorce is final, we're done. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Hey! What are you suddenly saying? That you've submitted the divorce papers?
You didn't even bother to consult me. And just like that, you gave up our new house to Ruby and her family. Then, it's okay for me to file for divorce without consulting you, isn't it?
Of course not. I may have forced you to give up the house, but how short-tempered and stupid are you to get a divorce over it? Do you think that kind of selfishness is allowed?
If your selfishness is allowed, then mine is allowed too, right? What's wrong with filing for divorce?
That's a load of crap. Besides, you can't file for divorce without permission. You're such a short-tempered idiot, not knowing what you're talking about. It's a crime to do it without your partner's permission. Divorce papers are not accepted without the signature of your spouse.
I'm sorry, but I know that much. That's why I made sure to get the divorce papers signed by you.
What?
So it was accepted right away. We're no longer husband and wife, but complete strangers.
What do you mean? My signature? I don't remember signing anything like that. Don't tell me you somehow hypnotized me into writing it.
Jane would never do such a thing. The signature in your handwriting is the one you showed my husband a while ago. I just gave it to Jane.
Huh? Is that you, Ruby?
I'm with Jane right now. We filed for divorce together.
Huh? If you're together, why aren't you stopping the divorce?
There's no need to stop her. I wish my fucking big brother gets divorced as soon as possible.
Huh?
You went out for dinner with my husband last month, didn't you? You took him out to celebrate my pregnancy. You said he couldn't go out to drink after the baby was born, so you two went out together.
So what? What's wrong with having a drink with my brother-in-law?
I don't blame you for that. My husband said he had a good time. But I heard that you gave him a big lecture at that time, telling him that he should have dignity and that he should learn from you, his brother-in-law.
Well,
I heard that your house has a signed divorce paper ready, and you always show it to Jane, strictly lecturing your wife, telling her that you can divorce her anytime you want. I heard from my husband how you bragged about what a dominant husband you are.
I told him it's a man's secret. Did he tell you everything I said?
You left the divorce papers at the pub, you know. My husband kept it, but soon after that, you got transferred. He didn't know when to give it back, so he came to me for advice. Well, it's strange for him to have your divorce papers, don't you think? Oh, I don't mind it in the least. As a brother-in-law, you wanted to show how cool you are as a husband, right? Even by lying, you wanted to act like a dominant husband. It's okay. I know.
No, it's just...
The divorce papers you went to all the trouble of preparing in a stylish manner, but forgot at the pub. I gave it to Jane. Jane seemed really happy about it.
No way! That can't be!
I was watching beside her, and you were calling Jane a fucking wife. You must be happy to be rid of your wife. Jane wanted to get divorced as soon as possible, so now you killed two birds with one stone. You guys had common interests, it seems.
Ruby, do you realize what you've done? Because of you, we're getting divorced.
Oh, did I do something wrong? In fact, do you have any idea how I feel about this whole thing? My feelings were taken advantage of by my brother for his selfish goal to get his wife out of the new house.
Oh, no, I mean...
I'm annoyed at all the trouble this has caused me. In fact, I'm rather pissed off. Because of you, Jane and I were in the red. But for this once, I'll make an exception and forgive you. You sacrificed yourself to teach us a lesson. If you try to overpower your spouse for no reason, it'll lead to a divorce. We'll do our best not to be like you. Even after we have children, we will help each other as a family. With that being said, good luck with your new job. We'll take care of this house as we promised.
What? You're going to live there even after all this?
Of course. Because you asked me to take care of the vacant house. Of course, the rent will be zero as promised, right? Thanks for paying the mortgage instead of us.
Hey, Jane, it seems you really filed for divorce, huh? I contacted the city office and they said it's really been accepted.
That's what I told you. Once again, thank you for everything.
How could you do this to me? The city office said you can't withdraw it anymore.
I have no intention of withdrawing it.
Huh? You're not withdrawing? Don't tell me you're really going to divorce me like this. We just bought a new house, and you're divorcing me? Are you an idiot?
You gave that new house we just bought to your sister, and now what are you saying? I've already left the house with my belongings. I don't know what happens next, so you take care of everything to come.
It's the house you bought.
Of course I won't. That house is under your name. When buying it, you insisted that it be under your name only. I was to pay more than half of the mortgage, and I took care of all the complicated formalities and management. But in the end, the mortgage and the title were all in your name. Now that we're divorced, I have nothing to do with it. I don't even owe you anything.
Oh no!
Good luck paying the mortgage for your beloved sister and her husband.
I can't pay it all. You know that, don't you? I took out a mortgage on that house at the very limit. I thought I could handle it because you and I were both working. But now that we're divorced, it's impossible for me to make payments on my own.
Even if it's impossible, you have to pay it. That's what a mortgage is for.
Please, Jane. Can't you start over with me? I'm sorry for being so selfish and giving up the house to my sister and her husband. I'm sorry for trying to force you to quit your job too. I just missed being away from home.
You think that's a good excuse? Because you missed your home? You're a grown man, not a child. I don't even love you anymore. I will never get back together with you.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I heard your package was sent to your current address, but I wonder if you got it.
My package? Wait, the intercom just rang. What the hell is this? The movers just showed up at my house out of the blue. They're bringing tons of cardboard boxes.
They've already arrived. Packages from your parents' house.
From my parents' house?
Apparently, Ruby already reported our divorce to your parents. It seems like your parents are upset to hear the news. They're also shocked at the reason for our divorce. They say they don't even want to see your face anymore. They sent your stuff to say you shouldn't come home because they're ashamed of you.
No way! Wait a minute. What kind of amount did they send? It won't fit in the new apartment.
Relax, it'll be fine. You said there would be enough room for a couple.
No. I'm serious. Textbooks for middle school? Bags for club activities? They sent me everything that was left at my parents' house.
Well then, good luck with your unpacking. I just moved into a new house, so things are a bit hectic for me too. Well then, good luck with your new job. Charlie rushed to rent a warehouse in the neighborhood and put all his stuff there. So now he has to pay for the rental warehouse and the mortgage for the new house Ruby and her family are living in. More than half of his salary disappears for that. Of course, his parents and Ruby's family are ignoring all of his calls, and no one is helping him out. By the way, Ruby and her family are at Charlie's new house, where they are living happily together. Ruby cheerfully said, "During this time, we've been saving up money to build a house around the time my brother comes back. While actually living in a house, it's easier to plan out the layout and the placement of electrical outlets.